2-1. I've got no clue what even happened in that game. All I know is I went through more of a roller coaster of emotions there than I've ever been through before. That was ridiculous. I was done with it at half time. Done. Don't even want. I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. This is the lowest of the low. What is going on? And then that happens in the second half. Yeah, unbelievable. Look, anyway, Nick from Claret and Booze, match reaction. West Ham just beat Man United 2-1 at the London Stadium. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Drop a like on the video. Yeah, okay. So, wasn't at the game, obviously. Saw the lineup. Was happy that Sussex wasn't in. Wasn't happy that Somerville wasn't. Other than I was also a bit perplexed. I can understand the Fabianski one. I feel a bit sorry for Areola, but I can understand bringing Fabianski in. Areola ain't been great. The Todibo one for Dinos did not get that. Dinos for Todibo, sorry, didn't get that. First half, absolute travesty. Honestly, probably the worst and most vulnerable I've seen us in living memory. They could have been 4 goals up in 12 minutes. Garnacho, it's a bar. Then he gets another chance where he sort of just, I don't know what he does, just bends it around the post. Just chance after chance after chance. And then Dallo goes through and misses an open goal. If we'd have gone in at half-time 5-0, nobody could have complained. Nobody could, because they had like 8 shots on goal and they was good chances. And you're just like, mate, what is going on? What is even going on here? This is ridiculous. We're going to get mowed down. But, football being football, if you do miss those opportunities like they got, they were, I mean, look, they've crafted them themselves, but it's no surprise they've only scored 7 goals. So I'm not even going to put it down to bad luck for Man U because they can't hit a barn door at the minute. But, yeah, we got blown off the park in the first half. It was terrible. Tragic. It did not work. Nothing worked. I was sulking. I was tantruming. I was going mad. And then he makes changes at half-time. I see Sussex coming on. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, here we go. But I was happy to see Little Jimmy Somerville coming on. That was good. Obviously, Soler came off as well. We didn't do anything. Todibo came on. So 3 changes at half-time. Todibo, Somerville, and Sussex. And I think off went Soler, Dinos, and Paqueta. Paqueta was on a yellow card. Paqueta actually had a good first half, but I'm assuming he pulled him off because he was in the game, Paqueta, and it was looking like he was going to probably go and get his second yellow. But he was definitely having a good first half, probably the better player from the first half. Yeah, we just completely controlled. It was a polar opposite. It was like the complete polar opposite of the first half. We completely took control. We didn't have as many clear-cut chances as what they did, but we was on it all the time. Antonio was fantastic, especially in the second half. Brilliant. Crafted a really good chance where he whipped it through to Emerson. Yeah, I just thought this is ridiculous. What's going on here? The goal's coming. And the goal did come. And it's football's romantic, isn't it? Somerville is the player that we love Kudus, but we love these types of player. Somerville looked bright from the minute that he came on. He really did. He was really involved in the game. He done loads of good stuff, not just this goal either. But yeah, he was so bright with that goal, so sharp. Do you know what I mean? When that ball flashes across goal, I can't even remember who. I think it was Bowen, puts a cross in, it finds its way through, and yeah, he's really got a sort of he kind of stretches, but he's still got to finish it. It's with the outside of his right boot, I believe. It was the outside of his right boot, I think it was, and he sort of lifted it out the way of an arm. A really good goal. It was a tap in, but it was a good goal. He had to be sharp on it. Bang, he was there. We're 1-0 up. We're like, what the fuck? My son ran into me because I'm on a bit more of a delayed stream than him somehow. So I heard him shout. He sort of half ruined it for me, but he came in to watch me watch the Somerville goal. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely good. Seeing Somerville top off, took the yellow card, ran down, hugging Kudus, Areola, tapping him on the head as well. Brilliant. Honestly, really, really good to see. But then we sat back. I can't blame Lopetegui for that. You can't. I think maybe that they just kind of, we've done it. Let's try and hold on to it. But we did. We sat back. And then not long after that, they got the equaliser. It was a little bit of a mess. 1-1. You think, oh, fucking hell, that was short-lived. And then the rest of that half, to be honest, it was a really good game of football. You had both teams. It was the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it's the P45 derby. Neither manager can afford to lose this game. I can see them both trying to just sort of shut up shop, but they didn't. We kind of approached that game as if our life depended on it. Even in the first half, really, with us, even though our game weren't on it, but the reason they was getting over the top of us so much was because we was committing ourselves forward stupidly. That did get addressed in the second half. But yeah, the second half played out really, really good anyway. You know, it was end to end. There was chances for both teams. And then, was it a corner? You know, the penalty, it goes to VAR. You know, there's a bit of a clash in the box. I think it was De Ligt and Ings. It was nothing, if you ask me. But I'm taking it. We deserve a bit of luck. We've had enough of them go against us. Sort of De Ligt clashes with Danny Ings. I'm surprised it was given, but it was. You know, it was given. Man United continued to protest. They were saying that the ball sort of ricocheted off of Danny Ings' arms, which it did. But it was bizarre. It was just weird. It was just beautiful that for once VAR sort of pans out in our favour. You know, it really was good. But then the pressure, obviously, because that delay after the incident, you know, you got Bowen standing there shitting himself. You know, there's so much pressure on him with that. Onana goes the right way, and he fucking just buries it beautifully in the corner. Wonderful. He's an assassin. Bowen's an assassin. He is. I called him, what I say the other day? I said he's gone from Shaqiri on steroids to Shakira with hemorrhoids. Well, he's back to Shaqiri on steroids. He is. After that, hopefully that gives him a lift. Look, it weren't champagne football. There's still loads of holes in it. We weren't happy with the starting lineup. We weren't happy with the first half performance. No one can have been happy with the first half performance. We got lucky, but we took the luck. We ran with it. We've got the result. Hopefully, it's a springboard. Hopefully, it is. It came out fighting Lopetegui. You've got to give him that. We was shit in the first half. He made changes. He changed it, and it worked. It worked. You know, we won the game. We beat them 2-1. I've got no idea. It was a game of two halves. You know, Man United did not make the best of their opportunities in the first half. Well, far from it. They was a disgrace in front of goal. But we were not. We did make the. We was more potent in front of goal than them. We deserved the win. 3 points. I'm taking it. Thank you very much. And that is a good springboard now. That could push us on. Beating Man United. I don't care what version of Man United this is. I know they're not the same Man United, but it doesn't matter. You know, there was two teams desperate. Both groups of players were going at that. That was a good game of football. It was a good one to win. We now go away to Nottingham Forest before the international break. Yeah, they're on form. It's not an easy game. That game will probably be harder than this one. But off the back of a win at home, a good win against a good team, that could kind of propel us on. It could. Jimmy's got on the score sheet. You know, a few players had good. Like I said to you, Paqueta probably had his best first half performance of the season. That was good. That was good to see as well. So look, hopefully, I said it last night on the show that I did. I said, I want to be sat here in 6 months' time, hoping and praying that we're looking back at when I was saying, I want Loppy out, he's rubbish, he don't know what he's doing, because he's amazing. I still ain't sold. I still ain't convinced he's going to be that man, but that's a start. And if we can get results and we can put in performances like that in the second half, and we can give those fans that were in that stadium moments like that, that's what football's all about. Football's all about moments in time. That was a very, very good win. You know, the team went out there. They got their asses in gear, and we got it over the line. It was a really, really fantastic second half performance, in my opinion, when you consider that Man United are also desperate for the points as well. You know, and it ran and ran. It went on for, I think there was like 14, 15 minutes injury time in the end as well. So, no, as far as I'm concerned, we was lucky in the first half. We didn't just ride our luck. That was, I don't know what sort of weird luck and fate that was, that we didn't concede, but we didn't. And we built on that in the second half, you know, and we made the right changes, and we went on and we won the game. Fantastic. Breathe a sigh of relief. You know, it's a shame that one weren't a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday, because, you know, the last one just ruined our weekend. That would have given us the best weekend ever. Now the weekend's almost over. Got to go work tomorrow. Got to go work in a minute. So no, well done West Ham. Proud of you. Really good performance. Really, really good. Well done to Loppy as well for the second half, not for the first half, you dick. But for putting it right, yes, no. Oh, Blinky. Fucking, did you see him on the sidelines? Mate, the stress is really getting to him. I know he sort of does that a lot, but not as much as what he's been doing. The stress is really, he's like worse than Redknapp on the sidelines. Old Captain Blinky. So, look, let's see what happens. Like I've said, I'm still not sold on Lopetegui, but that type of thing and that type of result, that type of reaction, that is the type of thing that will we'll see him. It'll galvanise the group. Hopefully make everyone a little bit happier as well. That is like a big weight's been lifted. It's a good start. That is a good start. Ipswich, not so much. I think I overreacted at that one. This was a good win to get. And yeah, it could have been different. The game could have been out of sight at half-time. We know that. I've just said that. We couldn't have complained if we was 4-0, 5-0 down at half-time. But we weren't. We got the opportunity in the second half. That's football. That's football. That's the way it works. A match lasts for 90 minutes. You can't just play for fucking 45 minutes. Man United weren't the same team when they came out in the second half, and neither were we. The tables turned. We got the job done. So no, I'm happy with that for now. I am. So this means that for the time being, we can look forward to the next game because we've just beat Man United. So now we haven't got to be all morose and start fucking worrying about what's going to be happening, talking about other managers that are going to be coming in, because that is now most definitely on the back burner. It is. Now it's going to be, let's see what Loppy can do against Nottingham Forest and against Everton, because if we can beat them two, that's 3 games on the spin, 9 points out of 9. And look, let's just see it. Let's see where this takes us. Football is a funny old game, as Jimmy Greaves used to say. He's definitely got the gods on his side, that bloke. We often said that about David Moyes, the way luck used to swing in his favour an awful lot. Well, someone was smiling down on him in that first half because, that could have been curtains at half-time. What a 3 points. What a game of football. That had everything. That was a full spectrum of the football roller coaster of emotions. I'm done. I'm happy. See you later on for the Booze Up. We're going to enjoy doing the player ratings. Yeah, it's going to be good. Come on, you irons. Poor old Man United, eh?